live on YouTube. True believers, guess what? If it wasn't good the first time, it probably won't be better the second time. It's Wait, Did I Roll a Wild? You're a Marvel Crisis Protocol vlog. Guess what? Guess what, guys? We have so much going on. I don't even know how to talk about it anymore. I feel like I've already talked about it, and I will again. We have Chuck here. We have Dani here. I am here. We have all of the information for the Hell to Pay Ultimate Encounter featuring Hela. Ella. A. We got a whole bunch of reveals that AMG put out over the last week. We're going to talk about the Atlantic City Open, which we just got back from. We're going to talk about Taylor's Wednesday Hobby Hangouts over on the Twitch. We're going to talk about, the Power Phase. Guys, there is so much happening right now. There is so much happening next week as well. We're going to make a big announcement for that, in addition to just being super excited to be here. How is everyone doing?
It was really cool hearing that for the second time, bud.
Oh, man. So here's the good news.
Definitely abridged.
Yeah. While the viewers that tune in live every week for Wait, Did I Roll a Wild are normally gifted kind of some additional content and being able to see our faces and our reactions and how frustrated Chuck gets when I talk. But
in real time.
The podcast version this week is going to have an extra opening that's significantly longer than the one you just heard because I hadn't gone live on YouTube yet when I started screaming.
That's true. But you did remember to press record?
I did remember to press record.
Boom.
Hey,
Fire
baby steps, baby boy.
So, yeah, we'll get there.
I mean, what do you expect? Yesterday was his birthday, and he didn't even get Chinese food, so...
Why did they all close except for Hunan Gourmet?
Which you don't want that.
I do, though. I kind of like them a little bit.
I heard they're real greasy.
Yeah, I like grease.
Okay.
It helps get the egg roll down so I don't have to chew it.
Oh, because you want to start eating like a duck.
Correct.
Okay. All right, fair. Mm-hmm. And you know what? On your birthday, you can eat however you want to eat.
And they were the ones that were open. And you know what they said? We don't deliver to your area.
Why?
Right.
It's like 2
I know.
seconds.
No, I know why. They only use a bicycle.
Oh.
So do they deliver to anyone's area?
Yeah, just the people within biking distance.
Oh.
I mean,
which
as
is that
who lives,
central Oneonta area.
As someone who lives like
You're
out
over
of
in the
town,
western.
we don't get any delivery, so.
I kind of assumed that I was within biking distance.
I think you're within biking distance.
No.
I would bike from there to your house and deliver you greasy Chinese food.
Here's something I would like.
Lubricated Chinese food.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's lubrication.
Yes. Here's something I would like to ask everyone. Right now, there's a whole bunch of places you can go. And some of those places might be places like Spotify, Audible.com, Amazon.com, or maybe Apple Podcasts. If you could go to one of those places, find Wait, Did I Roll a Wild? Your Marvel Crisis Protocol vlog, and leave a 5-star review asking if Hunan Gourmet could deliver to my house in the future, because I do live only a couple mere miles away. I would greatly appreciate that.
I will say this to you.
Mm-hmm.
You're wrong. They're not that good. The only place that's really actually good is the one in Hardwick Seminary. But
I completely agree. A banging one, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth the drive.
It's next to the Tops for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you're in the Cooperstown area.
We'll have to try that
Go
out.
to the
we haven't
Chinese
gotten
place.
Chinese, I think, since my birthday. I got Chinese on my birthday.
Oh,
we are
Dani
the
gets
same
everything
person.
she wants, and Tim gets nothing on his birthday.
I didn't get it delivered.
Oh, high five then.
My birthday's in a month.
It is. Are you going to get Chinese food?
I know. I'm going to work a
on your
double.
Ooh.
That's gross. And then get Chinese food?
No, because most of the places are closed by then.
Oh, do you want to just get it ahead of time and then have it cold?
No. I'm not a big cold Chinese guy.
Same.
Yeah, same.
No.
It coagulates.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
But
Anyway.
we got games played and hobby thoughts this week.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly the hobby thoughts thing. Chuck, what have you hobbied this week?
I picked up a Black Swan and a Super Giant.
Oh.
And I got the character cards.
Yes.
And I got a very large order of Star Wars Legion from our good friends over at the 5th Trooper.
I am also getting a sized order from the 5th Trooper.
Over at the5thtrooper.com.
Mm-hmm.
I want something large from the 5th Trooper.
What's that? My throat randomly dried up, and I feel like then my eyes watered. I don't know what's going on, man. Anthony, did you hear me talking about the fifth trooper? I'm sorry, man.
He just crushed the windpipe on your voodoo doll. Like, he heard you and was like, not today.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited to get Black Swan painted up.
Yeah.
Supergiant. Taylor did some painting over on the Twitch.
Yeah.
He did.
You Tom Sawyer'd him right into painting up your model, didn't you, buddy?
I did.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm a big-
Also, excellent reference on Chuck's part.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Love
Everyone's-
a classic literature quote.
Yep.
Like,
classic
yeah,
literature.
love it.
Yeah.
You mean the band Rush?
Yes. The real Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
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 It's a mean guy.
Yeah.
Today's Tom Sawyer.
But
But
Wednesday, yeah,
Yes, I did.
Taylor did some wet blending for the first time on the Twitch.
and it was so wet.
It really was.
His paper was hydrated.
I probably wouldn't need to chew his paper if I decided to eat it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, he threatened to do that at ACO, and we all kind of had to talk him out of it because we were like, dude, we're all sharing this hotel room. We
Yeah.
cannot have the biscuit gangster and her triple D getting all messed up with that wet blending.
Accurate. Almost too accurate.
I'm really glad I wasn't there because I have no idea what
Chuck,
that
you would have hated every moment of that night. And I say that with
tracks.
love, complete
Yeah.
love for
No,
you.
that tracks.
Yep.
Because you saw me have an absolute mental breakdown in a taqueria. So
I did.
Listen, when you
Why
have
were you having 6 quinceañeras
there were
on the same night?
quinceañeras at the same night, all within probably an arm's reach of each other.
It was literally
Yeah.
like quinceañera. Why are they up there? I don't know.
It was bad.
But the food was great.
It was.
so
The
good.
food was fantastic, and Dan got drunk
He's
Yes.
so
and tried to
silly.
fist fight Tim. It was actually really funny.
Gosh, you should have
I
seen
don't
him.
remember that part.
No,
Oh, I
because we
remember.
pointed out a totally different guy. We were like, go fight Tim. And he was like, oh, I'm going to go fight him.
Anywho, so here's probably one of the most important hobby things that happened this week. I assembled a model.
What?
While I was able to walk up to Taylor and be like, wow, putting together and painting models is so fun. I definitely don't want anyone to take this from me because it's so fun.
Sure.
And then I handed him the paintbrush,
Uh-huh.
and then all of a sudden my Supergiant fence got put together. But
Yep.
I was able to put together a Black Swan during that stream as well.
How was that for you?
Listen, I lost some parts, and then once I found them and I put them on, I was holding her too tight, so then it popped something else off, and then I lost that for a while, and I thought that was also under my desk, so I was crawling around down there for a bit, and it turned out I have like a wool blanket that covers my chair because the cat gets on it, and it's a black chair, and it just gets hair everywhere, so I would just keep that on there because the cat's going to lay there when I'm not there, and her arm that popped off
yeah.
got like tangled up in the wool lining of the blanket
Yep.
that I was sitting on. So I didn't realize it until I was like just shaking out. And I was like, oh, what's that? That's not a clump of randomly weird hair.
Yeah.
It's Black Swan's arm.
Oh, okay.
Then I put it on and called it a day.
There you go.
All right.
So what you're saying is you've been way overpaying on your commission work prior to that.
That was my
Yeah.
first response.
Yeah, that tracks. That makes a lot of sense.
Even went over to the Discord and I was like, I don't even think Chuck has a woolen blanket on his chair.
Sure.
He probably could have done this significantly quicker than I have.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so not to brag or anything, but I'm pretty much a regular assembler now.
Yeah, that tracks.
Sure.
Yep, I've been doing it for probably 18 hours at this point.
Wow.
Not like in a row,
Right.
Right.
but like
No.
yeah, I've had that classification.
Listen,
like, you
hypothetically
do-
speaking, you
Yeah.
have put together and done more hobbying than most people pretend to do on
Oh.
the internet. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, you did more than me.
that's true.
for
Right
sure.
there.
So, yeah,
Do you
you're at
want
a
to
100.
Can you assemble the base?
No.
Or why? Why?
No.
All right.
Sorry.
Wow.
Meh.
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 But in addition to that,
Mhm.
we also have some information
I love a good information.
I love information. No
About-
breathing.
one of Dani's favorite characters,
Of all time.
who
Literally, she is the reason I'm here right now,
I
in this moment.
thought it was for Chuck, but
Well, I didn't know Chuck was going to be here, and then we heard a car door, and I was
The
like,
ladies
what?
be coming for me regardless, Danny.
I know, that's why I had to get down here to, like, fend the rest of them off.
It's true.
Bitches.
But we got the Hell to Pay Ultimate Encounter this week, thanks to our LGS. It came in with a whole bunch of other goodies, and we are going to jump right into it. So,
Yeah, right off the bat, Tim, explain to me like I'm a 5-year-old what I am actually not looking at.
yeah, so you are not looking at a whole bunch of cards that come in this kit that you're going to be able to get from any one of your local game stores that runs these events, and I would highly suggest doing it. Unlike the Unbreakable or Unstoppable Colossonaut in the last one, this one is back to a 3-player scenario.
Ooh.
One player will be playing Ultimate Encounter Hela. Then you will have 2 players playing 15 threat rosters to tag team against
So 30 threat total.
a 30 threat total.
Oh, man. Talk about a bloodbath.
Right?
Ugh.
Not only that, this is our first Ultimate Encounter with minions.
Oh, minions. I actually kind of like minions. Kind of.
And
Is it
not
Bob?
only just minions, but Hela has the ability to control the Crisis team's dazed characters by spending resources to take them over and to fight them against their friends.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so she can make her own gruntman out of your models.
Correct.
I like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyone can be a Gruntman now.
It's true.
If they try hard enough.
Right. So to kind of, I have a bunch of stuff on the screen here. The basic one or the main one is her new card, and actually a lot of the things are the same, but
Looks like her health rockets.
yes, her health does rocket,
for
and actually
sure.
she looks like she might not be super healthy at first compared to some of the Ultimate Encounters. She has 10 health, medium movement. She's size 2, and her threat level is UE, which I believe means
Ultimate encounter.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was umami edamame.
Which is my favorite kind of edamame.
Right?
Because
The
dessert
six
edamame is not.
Yeah.
Right. The 6.
4/4/5 for defenses, and like we said, the 10 health. I believe her first 3 attacks are for the most part the same. They just have a couple other additional effects.
Yeah.
Was her builder always a 6 strength?
No, I mean as far as like what they're called and
Oh,
their
got it,
basic
got it,
function.
Okay.
In
Defense
addition-
is also boosted. 4/4/5.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And she also has a handful of new superpowers, mainly that throughout the course of the game, you will be getting Cursed Dead and then Claimed Souls tokens. Effectively, any one of the Crisis team members can interact with any piece of terrain for free and summon one of these creepy crawly undead.
Which is the best kind of undead.
I assume that there are tokens for that?
There are tokens for that.
Okay.
And what the Cursed Dead do once they are spawned, they have 2 health, they're size 2, and they have 3 for all defenses. The primary goal of these is the Crisis team will be destroying them. When they get destroyed, they will drop an Asgardian rune and a Claimed Soul token. The Claimed Soul token will drop within range 3 of Hela, and is supposed to kind of represent that like big vortex of souls like circling around her. She can spend them to bring your dazed characters under her control. She can use them to reroll all of her defense dice. She can kind of do a couple cool things with them. In addition to that, the Cursed Dead don't attack, they don't move, and they are immune to all special conditions. But what they do is deal damage back to you if you flub a roll. So they're not going to attack, they're not going to shuffle, they're not going to do much outside of, listen, you don't do damage to them, they're going to do some damage back to you.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like that. Instead of it being like a situation where you're just like the Dormammu one where you're bringing like just normal characters and stuff. This is like a new mechanic
Correct.
that's specifically for this. Also, it is a little interesting because typically if we see something in an Ultimate Encounter or in an OP, they kind of end up then translating that into the game somehow. So
Yeah, I
I'm
wonder
kind
if
of
this is
interested if
like
this is
a
like
playtest.
if this is like a foreshadowing of things to come.
So when the Cursed Dead minions get dazed, they instead are removed from the battlefield, and they drop an Asgard token or an Asgard rune and a Claimed Soul. The Claimed Soul, like we discussed, powers up Helen, lets her do a whole bunch of stuff, and she can only have, I believe, 3 on the field at once, but that might change based on the difficulty. But those also count against the maximum amount of minions she can have. So she can spend one of those Claimed Soul tokens to take control of one of the dazed characters on the field. She then removes all of their damage, all of their special conditions, all of their power, all of that, flips them to their injured side, and now she can activate them as a minion, and that will decrease the maximum amount of claimed soul tokens that she can have. So, every time you knock off a cursed dead, you're going to try to pick up one of those Asgard runes. She potentially will have the resource now to yoink one of your dudes, or get all those rerolls.
Yeah.
You need 2 of those Asgardian runes to bring to one of the, I believe they are called
Bifrost.
the Bifrost gates. So you are trying to get the attention of Heimdall to get you guys out of there.
Bifrost location, according to the thing I'm not reading.
Yes. So you got to get 2 on each one of those 4 points, which you can see on the screen here. Once you do that, you get out of there. You vamoose. The other ways to get out of there are to get 10 victory points. How you get victory points in this particular scenario,
Oh, I love this.
every time that you daze Hela, you get 3. And you also score 1 victory point for each one of those Bifrost locations. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not when you fill them all up. It's you just get a victory point for every one of those locations that you have 2 runes on. If you drop a rune at any point, if Hela is able to knock it off of you or dazes you, it just shatters upon the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like your dad, that's not a phone. Hela will get victory points, 2 victory points for each minion character they control during the cleanup phase. So for every one of your dudes she yoinks, she'll get 2 victory points in the cleanup phase. And she'll also get a victory point every time she KOs a cosmic threat.
Mm-hmm.
A Crisis Team character.
Yes.
So this one is a little unique and similar to other ones where if you do in fact do her full 10 damage to her in stamina, she will teleport to the soul well, which is in the direct center of the board, remove all of her conditions and status effects and damage, and then just go right back at you.
I super love just the thematicness of this Ultimate Encounter, because it's like she's showing up.
Yeah.
And she's going to beat the bricks off some people, and you just have to just try to get rid of her.
I love too that mental picture of just her having that massive swirling vortex of souls, using them to do other things, taking your characters, and it's rad.
Yeah.
If you daze one of the characters that she has taken possession of, then once it gets or instead of being KO'd off the table, she is no longer in possession of it. Her curse soul or claim soul token maximum rises back up to what it was before, and you then get control of them on their injured side.
Cool.
So,
And then there's the whole Storm of Souls.
yes.
Yeah, which is just nuts. Just looking over the thing I'm not reading here.
So in addition to that, there is also the Storm of Souls, and if she has, she has any claim souls on the battlefield within 3 of her, she rolls a die, and I believe this is at the start of her turn.
At the start of the Cosmic Threat player turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and this will remain in effect until the next time she rolls this dice. So I don't.
And she gains 1 energy for each claim soul token on the battlefield to begin with.
Yeah.
On top, so like at the start of her turn, she just gains 3 energy right off the bat.
If there's that many claim soul tokens out, yep.
Potentially, right. And then, like, depending on what you roll, that bracket is nuts. That chart's nuts.
Yeah.
What's on there if you had to guess?
From not reading the thing that I don't have in front of me, well, if it's a failure or a block, it's Vengeful Spirit, I think is what they would probably call it. A Crisis Team character within 2 of 1 or more claim soul tokens just suffer 1 damage but gain 1 energy. So you take a punch, you get an energy, which is nice.
Yeah, and then you'll have good luck potentially.
Yeah.
1, 2.
But then if you roll a block, Horrifying Wall.
Whale.
Oh, is it a whale?
Yeah. And the first one is
I
on
thought it
a
was-
failure or a blank, and this is on a block.
Oh, listen, I can't
okay.
read the thing that's
You're
not in
doing
front of
great.
me. I've been
You're
telling
doing
you.
so good.
Each Crisis Team character within range 2 of the 1 or more claimed soul tokens is pushed small by the Cosmic Threat player. So I get a little push. I love a good push.
Who doesn't?
Push it.
That's
real
hit,
good.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so then a hit.
I love a hit workout.
Is a grave sahil. Some would call it a chill. I call it a sahil. That's why my name is Saharli. Each crisis team character within range 2 of one or more claimed soul tokens gains a bleed and slow special condition.
Wow.
That's a chilly grave.
That is a chilly grave.
I've been dying to get in there.
Thank you. That's my favorite joke.
I know.
You
Yeah.
know?
In your absence on the way to and from ACO, I probably said it 2,000 times.
Hell yeah. Appreciate that, bud. That's how there's nothing more gratifying to me than when I start a joke and then I cut it cold turkey, although I still haven't cut it, but then other people start doing it when I'm not around for it.
It's almost like the tables have turned a little bit. Yep.
Yeah.
Listen, sometimes I like to give back to the people.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, it's true. But then on critical or a wild, we have Drain Essence. Crisis team character roll 1 less defense die while within range 2 of a claimed soul token. I assume this doesn't stack.
No. So when a new one is rolled, it replaces whichever one was.
No. I mean, if you are within 2 of those, do you roll 2 less dice?
No. So
Okay.
yeah. So the way that it reads is it's only a yes or no. Are you within range 2 of one or not?
Okay. That's good. Because that could really hurt a Huang.
Well, for real. And here's one of the pretty big things too is terrain usually plays some pretty heavy effects in a lot of the ultimate encounters, either if it's just trying to get effectively extra attacks onto the crisis threat or what have you. But terrain in this particular one, you have to interact with them as the crisis team to generate those cursed dead tokens to be able to get the Asgard runes. So as terrain gets thinner throughout the match, you are burning your own resources that will allow you to be able to escape, which I think is super neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, while you're going to want to be able to throw that cosmic taco truck at Hela, you're also like, well, there's probably some dead in there that we should get out first.
Right.
Yep.
And some tacos.
Maybe a dead taco.
Ooh.
Love good taco.
So, Dani,
Yeah.
Chuck, what 15 threat are you bringing to try to take down Hela? Ella,
I mean,
A.
this is tough. 15 threat's a weird number.
Yes.
And all the characters I like are high threats.
Fair.
Granted, I mean, if it's Hela, I kind of want to bring Asgardians just for a thematic reasoning.
Keep the flavor, you know.
Right. But Thor stinks.
Yeah.
He's a big old smelly head.
Yeah. I like him, but I know he
Yeah,
does
like
not perform
for
well.
for 5 points here is not great. However, and I don't have Hela anymore either.
Right. That's the problem.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I don't have Hela as an option now. I mean, if like Heimdall and
Skurge.
Skurge
That's
are
what I was
out,
gonna say.
beautiful. Now we can go Asgard wide.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're both 3 threats.
Wide guard.
Wide guard. Is that a term that we're going to be using?
Check out our OnlyFans.
But otherwise, I don't know. I think something like, I mean, I don't know, something weird like Inhumans.
Ooh, I like
That
that.
would be fun.
Because like, she has a 1 mystic attack, but otherwise it's just energy or physical for the most part, and she has to really juice. I don't know, only 4. So realistically speaking, she could almost do armies of hell almost every turn, depending on how many soul tokens there are out there.
Right.
So getting rid of black, you're gonna need somebody that has really good defenses across the board, because she is just gonna pound you in the face.
Or a super mobile list. Like
Right.
if you can go like, if you could go a wide list with a lot of long movers to stay out of her way and try to collect the things that you need to collect, then, kind of the game of attrition there. Because you only have to score 10 victory points to win.
Correct.
So.
Well, and because it's so prevalent on either dazing her or getting those cursed dead into Asgard runes, I feel like I always kind of want to go wide in one of these scenarios, but my attack rolls usually aren't super stellar. So I got to get through 3 defense and do 2 damage after that as well.
Right.
And I can't be wasting 2 attacks on that. You need to be able to be consistent there. So I think some of the heavier hitting characters might, in fact, be the way to go.
Right.
Or someone maybe like a Hydra Bob, because his loaded token not only is 9 dice on the attack, but also does 2 automatic damage to everyone else around it. So you could potentially set up a huge play and have Hydra Bob shoot that one thing off, and then have
what a game where Hydra Bob is your MVP potentially.
right.
You know what
Especially
I mean?
an Ultimate Encounter.
Yeah.
Hela thought she had us, but Hydra Bob was there.
Hydra Bob. Do you think like a new fancy Black Order could be fun?
Actually, yeah.
Like if you're going wide, you bring Corvus, Black Swan. What's that? 8, 9, 10, 11 is Proxima. 13, 14, 15 with Super Giant.
So I do think Super Giant. Actually, I'm not sure on.
Because she doesn't have any citizen tokens,
Right.
So she doesn't. She's not great there.
But
Maybe bring somebody like Gamora.
actually, yes.
Yeah.
Super cool interaction too that I was seeing earlier on one of the Facebook groups with Supergiant and Gamora specifically, because Supergiant's spender does not cause damage. You can use whatever it is, Deadliest Woman in the Galaxy, her martial prowess, Gamora's martial prowess, when targeted by that attack. That attack will never do damage, so you'll always get that 2 damage back onto Supergiant, from how I'm reading it.
Huh. Interesting.
Because it does the 2 damage back if you don't take damage from the inciting attack.
Yeah.
Because the inciting attack cannot do damage.
Rules is red. Yeah, that's how I would take it.
Right.
Yeah.
So Supergiant's got to watch out a little bit.
So Gamora, new meta.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gamora the Destroyer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that was neat.
What do you bring in?
So I actually really like Black Order. Anything with charges and follow-up attacks is actually going to be super important.
Yeah.
And I like Angela here. I like Black Swan, and I really like Proxima. I like attacks that get a place afterwards, that have a long range, because if my ally is able to drop a Cursed Dead, I want to be able to range 4 at it and then teleport right on top of it.
Yeah.
If you have a charge on top of that as well, I think that's super viable. You want to be mobile, and you want to have a really good action economy here. You need to be able to do damage. And
Well, I mean, Inhumans with Black Bolt and his Master Punch.
Yeah.
Makes him super mobile.
Yep.
And I don't know if Lockjaw's worth the 3, but I mean, just throwing a teleport in general is
That's
really
what
good.
I was thinking, yeah.
X-23 also being able to frenzy after getting one of these minions down.
Honestly, going back to Asgard, Angela, Valkyrie has a charge. She's only a 3.
Yep.
There's a lot of play here for F-15.
And a character like Honey Badger, too, that is a little bit weaker, especially against certain damage types. But you're not being attacked back by these Cursed Dead at all. So having her within range to drop the defense, make them easier to get down.
Wide X-Men Gold?
I really like White X-Men Gold, yeah. I think the teleport does super well there. You're not going to be interacting with a whole ton of tokens, especially in the first round.
But you go Storm for 3, Domino for 6, X-23 for 12, 13, 14, 15, and bring another 3, a Beast.
Yeah, actually, yeah, Beast.
Yeah.
There you go.
Lots of movements, lots of placings.
Yeah, I actually really like that group. That's a gnarly group.
Speaking of, that group won Atlantic City Open for the most part.
Yeah.
He ran X-Men Gold, heavily featured Beast, which is something that we didn't normally get to see.
Yeah, we don't see that.
Beast, new meta.
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
meta.
Yeah, Simon Jerry, I believe, was the gentleman that won.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And he got an LVO qualifier ticket for that as well. Said he's played in 30 tournaments, and that was his first win, and he almost won both days.
That's wild.
Decided that was
Good
the
for
time
him.
to pull the switch.
Do you
and just
think
let
it was
rip.
just because nobody was expecting it, so nobody had a counter for it?
That could be. Oddly enough, we saw kind of a couple different pairing offs where we saw a couple different Crime Syndicate players with Kingpin, a couple Guardians players, and then a couple X-Men Gold. The only X-Men there were X-Men Gold, but it was just kind of neat to see
Shocking,
those
right?
matchups, and they'd always go in different directions with it too.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like one was the darkest timeline, and you just didn't know which one it was, and
Gotcha. All right. Interesting.
but yeah, I think both of those are good here. I like places.
Yeah. And I know, our Lord and Savior Dallas Kemp, he loves the story aspect of this. And so I think with the release or the announcement of Heimdall and Skurge,
Yes.
coupled with this, that has always been the complaint of Asgard players, right? They're
Right.
just too high, way, way, way too high. But with those 2 being 3s, I think that makes for a very narratively flavorful game.
Well, not only that, I think in general, with Heimdall being super popular, everyone wants to splash Heimdall. I think that's going to see Asgard really tick up in the secondary affiliation that people can run. They're just going to throw Thor, and I mean, obviously, the hope is that we get a new affiliation leader for Asgard.
I think we'll
Jane Foster Thor would be
that would be
point.
the one to
So
do.
my assumption is we'll probably get like a one-off box, maybe just her. But I also wouldn't be surprised if we saw a situation where we get like General of Asgard or something like that, where we're seeing it with Corvus, and a card comes in that box, or a card comes out soon in a box that will make somebody else within that affiliation already the leader for Asgard.
Yeah.
Makes it Loki, you know what I mean, or something like.
Or
or
I mean,
somebody
I think
different.
that Hela. I mean, obviously not with the Ultimate Encounter, but I think that she's just kind of a natural for an affiliation leader. And I mean, I would love to see that, but I just really love Hela, so that's all I want in life. It's not much,
right? Yeah, it's really
yeah.
They're giving us everything we've asked for so far. It's just a matter of time. it seems
You
like.
everything you've asked for.
Yes,
specifically.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Between AMG,
I'm still waiting on Stiltman.
Marvel. Yeah, so I do still really want Stiltman, but speaking of some of the stuff that they gave us over the weekend, we saw a very cool new spree of boxes. One of which has a character I never would have asked for, but I'm stoked to see. Just absolutely stoked to see. Another one that I believe has been on our wish list for a while is Dum Dum Dugan. But let's go over those real
I'm a
quick.
little upset I'm not seeing a Howard the Duck in there, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Well,
it's fine, Alex.
once again, these are characters in those time frames, right?
Yeah.
So this is a pre-Howard the Duck Dum Dum Dugan.
No, technically not. It's fine.
But so the 4 boxes we saw were, looks like 2 new Shield boxes and then potentially a new Hydra affiliation with 2 new bad guy boxes as well.
Right.
Box number 1 is Nick Fury Sr. and the Howling Commandos. The Howling Commandos are all on one base, which
This is
is
super interesting.
unique to see.
A
And
little confusing. I'm not really sure. I wonder if it's going to be a thing where it's like Nick Fury is the active character,
yes.
and then you spend energy to have the other guys on the base do things.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's my guess.
Or they just have like a heavy array of different attacks and stuff that they can use. Or, but I think it's probably something along those lines. Maybe like a follow-up attack style thing, like maybe like Crystal has, where for X amount of power, someone else can pop off a shot or do something cool. But super stoked to see there. And Dum Dum Dugan's so awesome.
Yeah.
Cool hat. Whole 9.
Usually has a shotgun.
Right.
Yeah.
The second box we got was OG Human Torch, android that could catch on fire, and Captain America.
Who I didn't realize was in Guardians of the Galaxy for a hot minute.
Oh, Cap?
No.
Or Human Torch?
Human Torch.
Oh, yeah, there was that.
He's in the
whole thing.
Collectors. The
Yes.
master, master collector, whatever his name is.
He's been
Jeff Goldblum.
He's been a while in space, like a hot minute. Because what was all the bug? There's a race of bug people, or bug aliens that are like a regular issue.
You don't know.
But he was like the leader of them for a bit.
So here's the thing. I think that we're gonna get Nick Fury as the new whatever this group that's coming out. I'm gonna assume it's like First Avengers or something, like a different name. I think Nick Fury Sr. is going to be the leader of that.
Yeah.
I don't think Cap is going to be, but I'm a little bummed that we didn't get a 3-point crown shield instead, since it feels like that's the era that they were going to go with.
Yes.
Because what I don't want is the same Cap, just not an affiliation leader right now. What I actually want is Cap with a charge.
Right.
That's what I want. Essentially is like kind of keep them all the same stats, take away maybe the bodyguard and give him a charge instead.
So, yeah, I actually really like that.
Yeah, like make a more aggressive. A more aggressive Cap. That's what I want. And then I was kind of hoping he'd get rid of the
I can do this all day.
No, get rid of the shield throw because he never used to throw the shield when it was a 3-point crown.
Yeah.
So, like get rid of the shield throw, but then he gets like a a charge attack.
Yes, called Stars and Stripes.
Yeah.
Stars and Stripes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
You feel better about that?
I do
Okay.
because it's his Berserker Barrage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm super excited to see these. I'm curious if we're going to get a new Shield affiliation. I think it's probably too soon for that. But if these just play right into the current Shield affiliation, one of them becomes a new leader, potentially Captain America or the Nick Fury Senior.
It could just be the Howling Commandos.
Yeah,
because like it was like Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos was like the title, and he was like the leader of that group, and everybody was kind of part of that group.
Would it check any boxes for you, or would it just be like whetting the appetite if one of the tactics cards in the Nick Fury Senior and the Howling Commandos was a Howard the Duck based tactics card?
It would upset me because it's just a tease.
Yeah.
That I'm probably now not going to get a Howard the Duck because they just gave me a tactics card instead.
Danny, same question, but whether you think Chuck is being truthful or not.
I think in the moment, so here's the thing. I think in the moment it would make him happy, but I think he also recognizes, like, he wants the model, not the card.
Right.
So, yeah.
But
cards mean nothing to me. I hardly use them.
Same, right?
Yeah.
Don't give me more tactics cards. I don't use the ones I have already. Don't give me more.
Moving to let's talk about OG Human Torch too.
Yeah.
So during the stream at
also real quick, can we just savor the moment that we got original Human Torch before we got the actual Fantastic Four?
Yep.
And Iceman.
And Iceman. Yeah. For real. And speaking of characters that we've got, I'll get into it in a little bit. But OG Human Torch. So Dan was telling us this on stream the other day during ACO that OG Human Torch was a robot.
Yeah, he was an android.
Was not like a person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So initially when I saw Human Torch, I was like, oh wow, they are doing the Fantastic Four thing, but this is not Fantastic Four related Human Torch at all.
Right. He's like a android character who I think also kind of was a bad guy for a quick minute.
Oh.
I don't quote me on that. I don't. I remember him not being that great of a human being kind of when they boosted him.
Okay.
But yeah, he's been out in like space and just kind of chilling. They haven't actually done anything with him ever since Johnny Storm really came out.
I gotcha. No, that makes a lot of sense.
But he is an iconic. I mean, he is an iconic character.
Yeah.
That like him going through the I think he's supposed to be in like a submarine or a boat or something, and he's like burning his way through to somebody. Mm-hmm. That iconic shot. Everybody always assumes that's Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
But it's not. Johnny Blaze. Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm.
Yeah, because
Johnny Blaze is
brother.
No. Johnny Blaze is Ghost Rider.
Just Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, J-Storm. Yep.
J-Storm.
So on the other side of the aisle, though, we now have a new, what looks like supercharged Red Skull, as well as some Hydra grunts.
I assume we're not getting a new Cabal.
I think we're getting a Hydra affiliate.
I think we're getting Hydra unless it's Cabal Hydra like Hydra.
Right.
I see.
So like you know how
Yeah.
Like
I think we need to boil down Cabal. We need to. Not everyone should be in it. I like the catch-alls. I like the everyone's in Avengers or Cabal for the most part.
Well, I was thinking what's the never mind. I can't think of the newest example that I
almost X-Men to X-Force. It's a significantly smaller roster.
Yeah,
but has a lot of the same.
Well, this would be a place where like Madam Hydra or Viper can exist now. You know, and things like that.
Yep.
Have that model actually make sense of why it's in the game.
Correct.
You know.
But having Sin and Viper included in a new Hydra affiliation should raise their stock a little bit, which sorely needed. And especially if they're going to be announcing that, if there was a time to fix Viper and Sin, it would be then.
Well, but Sin wouldn't be in this era anyway.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Right.
But Viper realistically might be. Now, if I could real quick, AMG, you're on thin ice. Okay. What did I tell you about grunt minions? All right. You gave us one more. That's it. Continue.
I mean, we're still gonna get Iceman as a grunt, probably from Blizzard or Captain Cold or something. But I really like the way that this new Red Skull looks. He looks just dope.
Yeah, he looks like an actual bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually has purpose.
With tactical lightning
Yeah.
and almost looks like.
Do you think he's going to be a
Mist
5 threat just wrecking house?
I do think he will be
Yeah.
like a 5
Yeah.
threat or something. This will be him in his prime.
Yeah, I assume this is like him, like Superior Skull.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think that's what he was called, but like when he was like super juiced up and had all that like cosmic power or whatever running through his veins, and he then got eaten by something, I forget.
And there was a while where he had Professor X's brain in his head too.
Yeah.
Like dug up his corpse and stole his brain or whatever.
Yeah, good times.
But now to the character that I'm actually insanely excited for. Arnim Zola.
Zola?
Yeah.
I have never been more excited about a character I had no idea, other than I have this action figure for no gosh darn
Right?
reason. Yeah. So I know a little about Zola because I was just like, oh, you know what's weird? I didn't even want this action figure. I'd gotten it because he was part of a Build-A-Figure set, and I wanted everything else in that set, and he was the Build-A-Figure. So I was just like, oh, I guess I got this stupid figure now.
Oh, Wally did confirm that on the painting stream, they did confirm a Hydra affiliation, which is
Okay, cool. So maybe it's not actually connected to Cabal, which would be great.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Arnim Zola, so cool. Here's the thing I'm just so super excited for are all the alternate paint schemes and people are gonna do him like Krang and they're gonna put a little brain in there.
Yeah. Yep.
They're gonna do. Just
You're gonna put a
wild
mustache
stuff.
on him.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a mustache on him.
Yeah.
I want someone to put like try to do the MCU Arnim Zola too and have like the monochrome computer monitor version where it's just like or text or like a TV or the like beep thing on the TV with all the color bars and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it, but I want to see somebody else do it. Just paint that just flesh tone, just to make it as creepy as possible.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I know.
No.
Just make it look like pulled stretch skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross.
Somebody do it. Yeah, do it.
Ugh. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Baron Strucker, who will probably be
Okay, another character I have no idea who this is.
Oh, so he was like super high Hydra for a long time, especially when Red Skull wasn't around. And honestly, I can't really remember the interaction between him and Red Skull, if they were like co-captains of the same cheer team.
Could he be the Hydra leader?
He
instead?
very, very
Maybe it's a
much so.
situation where like Cap and Red Skull are not the leaders; they're just beaters.
Yeah.
And then we've got, and then we got Baron in there instead. A lot of Barons.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that'll be
Love the pizza.
3 Barons now.
Right. And a cattle baron.
That's true.
Yeah.
Big Tex, the cattle baron, or Tex fake name.
Took me a minute. I wasn't invited to that wedding. So.
Well, you did throw a game at her, so,
Oh, super aggressively, almost a year ago. Dun, dun, dun.
That's why I wasn't invited back.
Guys, with that said, make sure to hit up the phone number for the network. 603 803
32 35.
35.
You don't sing it. You got to sing it.
603 803 32 35.
That's not the.
call it.
Call it. Or the P.O. Box G, West Oneonta, New York, 13861. But feel free to text that number this Saturday for my birthday party.
Whoop.
Which I had a birthday party almost a year ago today, too. And the year before, actually.
And there was one, like, the year that Felix was born.
Mm-hmm.
I had that pop up on my memories.
Yep. So that's actually a super good side thought, though, is maybe we do see Cap and the Howling Commandos as leaders for S.H.I.E.L.D. or an older S.H.I.E.L.D. affiliation, and we see both Red Skull and Baron Strucker as different leaders. I'm not against starting affiliation with 2 leaders. Obviously, we saw that with X-Men, and I think it worked out pretty well, but there was a clear favorite. I do like them being staggered a little bit so that people can get used to the first affiliation ability before the second one comes in and either mixes up how people are using it. I think one will be overlooked out of the gate if they come out at the same time, so I do hope that there is some time in between those 2. What else? There's a lot more.
Well, AOC.
ACO.
ACO. So close.
No
Dyslexia.
AOC there.
On the Discord, that's been a very regular.
Yeah, and my
thing.
dyslexia just does it automatically
Yeah.
for you, so you're welcome.
But we just got back from Frontline Gaming's Atlantic City Open over in Atlantic City.
Went to
this past
Jersey.
weekend. We went to Jersey.
You guys came back. You drove
Awful.
6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
No help.
No help.
And your car's still in one piece, and you went to Jersey.
That's true.
It was awful.
Jersey.
Jersey was awful. Everything about ACO was great.
We got lost at one point on the way back.
Sure you
And by
did.
that, I mean, pointed to a cemetery and was like, I'm dying to get in there, and missed a turn.
Uh-huh.
So I had to and this was on the highway, so I had
Right.
to take a big roundabout to another roundabout
Right.
to another roundabout to another roundabout to go back the same way. we
That
were
tracks.
coming.
Yep.
And it was like a butterfly.
Real quick, obviously no sheets
Mhm.
because it's Jersey.
Yep.
Did you stop at a Wawa?
How many times do you think we stopped on the way back?
On the way back?
Mhm.
You had to work the next day?
Yes. And I had to stream that night.
One time.
We did only stop one time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eventually
He
you're
gets
gonna have to.
two
Yeah, I
pay.
was gonna say.
Yeah, you have to. You were gonna have to pee at some point
Yeah.
and reload on trolleys.
That's also true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we stopped in the
That was
first
fun.
hour, and I was like, "Oh man, this is a bad precedent to set." But then we didn't have to stop the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Great time.
That's because I wasn't there.
We stopped 5 times, I think, on the way down. Every rest stop in Jersey is like a New Jersey celebrity theme.
Yeah, it's named. We stopped
Yeah.
at the Bon Jovi one on the way back.
So I think we stopped at Judy Bloom maybe on the way down.
Yep, we
and
stopped at
then-
Judy Bloom on the
and
way
I
down.
think the Bon Jovi one as well.
I really hate Bon Jovi. Like just
Wow.
collectively.
You living on a prayer over there.
No, he's the worst. He's Bruce Springsteen without the soul. He's Journey without the heart. He's just a industry plant to just be existing and getting middle-aged moms horny.
What's wrong with that, Chuck?
As a middle-aged mom, I mean,
Are you attracted to somebody who looks like your grandma?
not really. No.
Okay, there you go.
But yeah, Bon Jovi does kind of look like a lot of people's grandmas. That's fair.
Yeah.
But so ACO was an absolute blast. We played
Yeah.
2 days worth of tournaments, Friday and Saturday, run by Brian Watson, who was the TO there.
Brad?
Yeah, who was actually super cool.
Yeah, he was great.
He's from the New England Marvel Crisis Protocol group. He
Shout out to them.
he has the tactical rock.
Did he bring the rock?
He brought the
He did.
tactical
He
rock.
brought the
That's
rock.
a huge rock.
And he made
It is.
cool Tesseract things, 2 of them to give away for the
Yes.
winner on Saturday and the winner on Sunday.
Mhm.
It was very cool.
And here was a very neat thing too. The players that won day 1 and day 2 came together from Montreal. They rode down together. They were friends. All of the games they played that weekend were only lost to other people from Montreal.
Nothing like traveling 17 hours to
only lose to your friends.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
What are they, backyard wrestling? That's a very niche joke that's only funny to me.
But Friday at ACO, there was a kind of casual play day. Dan, Taylor, and I, and some con goers all got to play some games together, which was super fun.
Huh,
And
that's
we
different.
got to play. I got to play against Nick, who ended up going to win the second day tournament as well.
It was cool. You guys got to play through the renewal of vows.
Yes. So that was I knew there was something
I
like
pronounced it correctly.
super yeah.
Vows.
Vowels.
Not vowels.
Vows?
Vows. Renewal of vows.
Renewal of vows.
Yes.
Okay.
Unique
It's like
renewal.
cows, but with a V.
Cows.
Say,
Cowls.
Cowls.
say it like you're a vampire. Vows.
Vows.
I kind of like that actually.
I want to renew your vows.
I want to renew your vows.
But I believe Dan
Ah,
and Taylor played the first mission, which was all about collecting invitations to Destiny and
yeah, you guys went live with it right off the bat.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Dropped it like it was hot.
and they did that round 1. I think Dan ended up winning that game. Then I played the second mission, which was about getting super cool wedding gifts and then showing them off to your friends against Taylor. I took that game. And then Dan and I went to play the third game as well, which is all about Gambit DJing incredibly poorly and annoying the hell out of everyone. So you get to walk around with solo cup objective tokens, but not too fast. So you can only move short or you can only have one move because
Yeah.
otherwise you might spill your punch. Yeah.
They were very funny.
Did you write this?
That's what I said.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, what?
Yep.
These guys just read my dream.
It definitely, smacked.
I think they owe you a check, but all right.
was very resolution-y.
Here's the good news.
Yeah.
You're now CEO, editor-in-chief, and game designer for AMG.
You know what?
He's just not getting paid for it.
Yeah, just
What's
asterisk,
changed?
not affiliated.
Still the side piece.
But those 3 missions are super cool, very thematic, very creative. I really like them a lot. And the powers that you could choose, whether you were choosing the scaling up powers for attending the wedding as either guests of Mystique or guests of Destiny, or the counter side, which was like the in-laws and
Like the failed to RSVP.
yes,
Yeah.
in-laws and like the cavalcades, crusaders or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so on Destiny's side, one of the powers you could pick was before you make a roll once per round, you guess how many crits you'll roll. If you're right, that character gets 2 power.
And if you're wrong, like nothing happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was so stoked to use this.
This is your like wedding wet dream, bud.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, they did such a
Wow.
knock out of the park job with it.
All right, good for them.
Very, very, very
Yeah, it was
happy with
cool.
how that turned out.
It's fun too to see like a scenario like that and then read the hell to pay and it's like, oh my god, like the one it's
Yeah.
like fun and lighthearted, still very involved, very, a lot of like building progression. And then you have this behemoth of
Get
an
ready
ultimate
for
encounter.
Murder World.
Like,
yeah.
it's wild that this same company came out with these 2 different things, but still both fun.
Well, and that's the thing is they can really satisfy every taste with this game. If you want that super light, just kind of jovial deal, it's there. If you want to go up against the Queen of Hell in her domain and you are just trying to escape, also there.
Yep.
It's like if Call of Cthulhu and like
Killer Bunnies.
Killer Bunnies, yeah, we're all wrapped up in the same game.
They've got everything.
What else?
Heimdall and Skurge.
Oh yeah, thank you. So
We got some cards to talk
we got
about.
the
bud.
panel to play for Heimdall.
That's
and
why I'm
Skurge.
here.
We went over this briefly during the stream from ACO, but it was very reactionary because all of that information was like dropping live while we were
Right, like
streaming.
as we were streaming the games, yeah.
But to touch on Skurge again, he is a 3 threat, which is huge. Both of the new Heimdall characters, both of the new Asgardian characters are both 3 threat. Skurge the Executioner is 4/3/2 for defenses. Also the first 3 numbers of my childhood home phone number. So keep that in mind. 6 stamina, 3 threat, size 2, medium mover. He does go down to 5 threat on his injured side. A very unique builder
5
for
health.
him.
Yeah.
Not 5 threat. You can't
5
change your...
stamina. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes up and
Yeah.
up
I was
a
like,
threat.
wait a second, what?
You gotta
You gotta do some
borrow
math.
threat from
You can only
somebody
use
else
2/3 of his abilities when he's flipped.
For his builder, he has battle axe, range 2, strength 6.
I mean, a strength 6
3.
on a 3, you never see it, Tim.
You never see it, or we haven't seen it thus far.
That's
but
true.
Now we have.
I mean, everybody's got it.
Right.
They at least got a 5er.
So it's a static builder, so it's only going to gain 1 power, and then it has bleed on a wild. Pretty straightforward.
Yep.
I mean, bleed on
Though,
a wild with a 6
yeah.
Oof.
I mean, it's
for a 3.
gonna pretty possible.
Yeah.
It's a pretty probable conundrum.
Mm-hmm.
Executioner, his spender is 3. Range 3, strength 8, 4 power to pull off. If the target character has the bleed special condition, you may re-roll up to 2 dice during the attack with bleed on a wild. Dani, I don't know if you can see from there, but
Yeah.
what type of superpowers we got going on?
He's got Storm Giant Strength, which is 3 power, and he can choose an interactive terrain feature of size 3 or less within 2 and throw it short. This superpower can be used only once per turn. So you love to see the terrain getting moved around.
Correct. Chucking stuff is so fun.
I mean, 3, it's a short, it's not great. It's not the best throw in the game, but it's a throw on a 3.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
within 2, like, yeah, whatever.
What else does he got for superpowers?
He's got a reactionary. He's a right-hand man for 2 power. And when an enemy character within 2 of that character targets another allied character with an attack, he can use that superpower, and he becomes the target. So essentially, bodyguard.
Yeah,
Bodyguard for
which
2.
works
Yep.
really thematically for him too, kind of being Enchantress's bodyguard
Yeah.
for long runs in the comics, and with him only being 3 threat, pairing him up with Enchantress on one side of the board is
Makes sense.
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
pretty nice.
And he's aggressive, so after the attack's resolved, if he suffers damage, he can move short.
So you bodyguard and then you move?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
hell yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's going to be
Yeah.
all over the board, and he's an Asgardian, so he gets an
Right.
additional power every power phase.
Now, initially, now, of course, the card drops and people are just like, broken. Absolutely broken for a 3. And I'm just like, he's very good.
Yeah.
He is
Yep.
probably one of my favorite characters. He's very much in my playbook. I think he's a very strong 3. I don't think he's broken.
He's going to be a little, like, I almost say that he's going to be power hungry just because he only has a static builder. He won't be ever gaining power based on the damage he deals,
But he gets 2 a turn.
but he does get to it.
And here's the thing. I don't want to punch him. He's got high defense on physical.
Yeah.
Sure, he's got a low psychic, so hopefully I can do 6 damage to him and just take him out. Otherwise, I am just juicing him up.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
he's kind of a character you want to leave alone,
Mhm.
unless you can guarantee a one shot. Weirdly enough, you know where I love him? Him and Blade just became best friends.
Yeah, that was my exact thought.
Yeah,
Yep.
like he's gonna be awesome in Midnight Suns.
Mhm.
Because then he gets all that little bit of mobility.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
What the heck?
Rerolls too.
And then the other character that we got, and this is the one that everyone is really flipping out about because he is going to be splashed in every affiliation forever, and that is Heimdall the All-Seeing. 3s across the board for defenses, 6 stamina, 3 threat, again, size 2 medium mover, very basic vanilla straightforward strike, range 2, strength 5, power equal to the damage dealt, and then Horfund, range 2, strength 7, 3 power. If this attack deals damage after the attack is resolved, this character may push the target away medium.
I feel like a medium push is big.
That's huge.
It really is, especially and it's just if damage is done. There's
Yeah.
no wild, there's no component
Yeah.
there, and it's his spender, so chances of him doing damage on it are probably pretty good, and especially being
Hulk just got super bummed out.
exactly.
Yeah.
Not size restricted. He's
Right.
moving Kingpin, Dormammu,
Yep.
whoever he wants with
That's
that.
wild.
And it's medium. So it's not even a one action to get him back into place.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really good.
Dang.
As far as abilities, he does have a teleport similar to Mr. Thanos, where he can choose an allied character, this character or another allied character within range 4 and place it within range 2 of his current position. It's only 3 to pull off. That's actually pretty...
That's like
Great.
And that's like Medusa's too, right? Except for
Yes.
it's only jumping them. He can't jump because she can do it either way.
But she's got to do it to another target. She can either move someone to within range 1 of someone or move someone to within range 1 of her. With this one, you can have that character just go within range 2 of themselves.
Oh, they're kind of like, okay. I read it wrong, man.
And then this is kind of the interesting one, the one that I think we'll be seeing a lot, is the all-seeing eyes. Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say, is Thanos a range 4?
I believe the gateway thing on Thanos, I do believe is within range 4.
Is
but
that okay?
I might be wrong, and honestly, if there was a place to have them give someone a better one, it would in fact be Heimdall.
Yeah.
But I do believe Cosmic Portal is within. Yeah, it is the
Okay,
exact same
range.
thing, just costs a little bit more.
Okay. Which is fine because he's a 3 threat.
Yeah.
And it's a little different. We'll get into it.
Yeah. So for the all-seeing eye, and this is the thing I think also very similar to Thanos that people are going to be using a lot. When an allied character within range 3 is attacking, defending, or dodging, and that's the thing that I really like. It does apply to dodging. During the modified dice step, this character may use the superpower. The allied character may re-roll up to 2 of its own dice. For 2 power, he can give anyone, spider sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
That's pretty
bad.
great.
Alternatively, when an allied character within range 3 rolls dice for a crisis card or team tactics card, this character may use the superpower as well. The allied character may re-roll up to 2 of its own dice.
I
Crisis
mean,
cards, bud.
crisis card.
So, like, if it's like to determine the effect of something, if you roll it and then it sucks,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Or you heavily need that. You've been searching for that Kree power core for 5 rounds and no one has gotten it yet. Being able to maybe get a crit
Yep.
there would be super nice. And as far as I'm aware, this is the only effect in the game so far that can modify the dice roll for crisis cards or team tactics cards.
That's pretty incredible too, because when I was on the Illuminati panel, one of the things that was brought up as potentially making the game less enjoyable is if you do have a bummer of a dice roll
Yeah.
on a crisis result thing where like it's through no fault of your own, but oh wow, look at that, I get X, Y, or Z. This kind of alleviates that a little bit, which I like.
And one of the big interactions that potentially that we could see, we saw at Adepticon during the Contest of Champions, Omnis Protocol's game up against Nate. Oh, I can't remember his last name. I want to say Hoke. But he was playing Guardians against Omnis Protocol, and he used
Hoker?
something like that. But I think it's Nate Hoke, if I recall. Or
Nate
Horn. Nate Horn. It was Nate Horn. Whew.
Oh, Nate Horn.
From from the taco truck.
Alfresco's.
No,
No,
I knew it, and then you said that. And
Alfredo's.
now it's gone. Yeah, Alfredo's taco truck.
There it is.
He rolled for Lovable Misfits, stunned 2 of his characters, kind of like at the start of the second round. Being able to have Heimdall there, especially in Guardians, where you can already kind of go a little wide. You already have winging it tokens, and you're just kind of doubling down on it. I like that a lot.
For sure.
Yeah. Now, what makes me a little sad about Heimdall is he just pretty much made Lockjaw never used in taking ever again. And I only say that because he's more durable. Now, granted, Lockjaw can slingshot 2 people a turn, range 3.
Yep.
But he has to have somebody within range 2 of him to get enough power to slingshot one person. And then you kind of have to slingshot him too, and it's an action. This is like a teleport. It's not as far, and it costs a little more, but it's not an action. And oh, by the way, he can punch you in the face hard with a sword for no reason.
Yeah. So I completely agree. There's no reason to punch someone in the face with a sword. Use the sword as intended.
No, he's going to punch you in the face with a sword.
Here, at least we all appreciate Lockjaw here.
Listen,
Lockjaw has a throw.
It's
Heimdall does not.
It's not a great throw.
It's
only terrain.
It's not a bad one. So is Skurge's.
Yeah, but Skurge also punches you in the face.
Once again, no. Usually not. Usually using his axe.
Yeah, but he holds it up and then punches the axe into the face.
Right.
He Sabu chair throws the axe into people's faces.
No. And here's why. We were told very specifically at Adepticon in the Twitch chat by Dallas Kemp that strike could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a pistol shot. It could be a grenade. It could throw a bottle. It could be a punch. It could be a kick.
For the flavor of the narrative, yes.
For the flavor
Strike
of the narrative.
is anything.
Strike is not something Skurge has. Heimdall, yes, does have strike. He could punch a sword at somebody, but
it just says
Skurge has battle axe.
It just says battle axe. Mm-hmm. He Sabu chair throws the axe into somebody's face.
Listen. Let me
have this. let me have a Sabu chair throw, please.
His last 2 powers is he is an Asgardian, so he gains 1 additional power in the power phase, and he has. Danny, can you say this? Because I have no idea what I'm reading.
Forfend?
Is that actually what it? Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean in English terms?
It's 1 more than 3 fend and 1 less than 5 fend.
Oh.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Or I mean, literally, the 4 is like before. Like. You're
not defending, you're forfending.
Like a prefix of time.
Yes.
Right.
So when an enemy character ends a movement within 2 of this character may use this superpower, immediately make a strike. So he's not defending, he's forfending. Like, he's attacking you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's actually very clever.
It's a pun. I like that.
I like it.
There you go.
All right.
It's very clever.
So what that does is, assuming someone ends their movement within range 2 of this character, he gets just an immediate strike attack. That's awesome.
Yeah. Range 2.
Yeah.
That's
okay. So he's just gonna go sit on. He's gonna go sit on an objective and bait you.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at that. Shelters just became popular again.
You know what? Actually, very interactive. I would love to play him in that Infinity League again. That had one of the gems that could extend the reach of one of your abilities by 1. Being able to do that inside of range 3 instead of 2.
Oh my god.
Was it ability or an attack?
I believe there was both. It might have just been attack. I might be.
I feel like it was just an attack.
But
so it wouldn't affect. You would still have to be within range 2 to activate this.
Well, when they released their next league event called the Funfinity League, they'll have that in there.
And then one of the tokens will be a Funfetti cupcake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we've already gotten the solo cups.
Listen, I was going to say, at this point, I will put nothing past them.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Arnim Zola, man. Like,
yeah, I know. I love Arnim Zola.
He just looks so cool. And really just another one of those kind of like, it's another checkbox of that, like, yeah, MODOK's there. MODOK was like a leading initial character.
Yeah.
And then Arnim Zola to back him up.
It
That means
is-
Sugar Man
it
is
is-
very realistic.
we have further. They are further proving the point, without question. No character is off limits other than Iceman.
Correct. Correct.
You're gonna get everything other than.
That's a nice man. Yeah, probably. So we also have some other super cool news. This may change. Everything's always a little in the mix, but tentatively, most likely,
Allegedly.
next week, we are going to have 2 special guests on the stream. We are going to have Mr. Dallas Kemp,
The patron saint himself.
the patron saint himself,
Oh.
as well as Sarah Rowan, one of the game designers.
Oh.
One of the 2
Yes.
main game designers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we are very, very, very,
So
very
stoked.
excited.
Got to
have
wear our
them on.
fancy shirts.
Yes. Very excited to have them on. So look out for that. If there are questions or topics you might want us to bring up and ask, please give us, shoot us an email right now over at theprofessionalcasual@gmail.com or tim@professionalcasual.com, or right down below, there's a bunch of links to the Facebook, to the Instagram. You can leave them here, and we will get those questions approved so that we can ask them next week.
Heck yeah.
Heck,
So exciting.
yeah. There's going to be heck to pay.
Some would argue there would be to pay.
So this next Monday on Oh Yeah, the Power Phase, we're going to have Taylor and myself. If I can find a third person, we are absolutely going to try to run this Hell to Pay Ultimate Encounter. Otherwise, we will be doing the second round of the Renewal of Vows events. Taylor and I getting a rematch on old Mission 2, the gifts and benches. If you pick up one of the wedding gifts, you start showing it off. And because you're showing it off, you count as having Loki tax on you all the time. All of your reactives and superpowers cost 1 more as you're so distracted trying to show off. How cool
It's
your
really.
present
It
is.
feels
How did
like.
he not write
I
this?
know. It feels like he
How?
wrote this. I don't
How?
understand.
Literally. It's like, I wish that he were like embellishing it in some way, but that's
Here's
the
the
actual
thing. No,
verbiage.
I think he did. Because, listen, I drove 13 hours in a car with Tim, and he didn't even want me to drive. Okay?
Yeah, he didn't want the help.
Yeah, he didn't want the help. If there's one thing I have learned, Tim never wants direct credit for anything.
Fair.
But if
Public adoration.
if
no
people
compliments.
gush about something he's done to other people and never giving him the direct credit,
Yeah.
that fuels him automatically. Us gushing about how ridiculous that this particular organized play is,
Yeah.
it's only fueling his ego more.
Totally.
I love Renewal of Vows so much. It is so fun.
Whoever wrote it is just a genius.
Whoever wrote it is
Yeah.
just so
The
clever.
smartest man in the world.
So handsome.
But yeah, guys, that is going to be it for us tonight. Please make sure to tune in next week where we have some very, very, very special guests coming on. Monday will be another stream of some Marvel Crisis Protocol Live. And make sure to stop in and hang out with Taylor. Get your own sprue backlog done. Get some stuff assembled. Get some stuff painted.
Play some great
Sound.
sound things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the common
bits.
license?
Yeah.
Yeah, just some mellow jazzy jams.
Yeah. I like it. And it's like you're hanging out with a friend.
Yeah,
And he's
is.
so freaking cute. So
He really is.
he is.
And I
And he starts the stream when I tell him to start the stream or I'm going to scream.
actually one thing,
Then we get to
piece
watch
of,
him eat sausage.
one piece of feedback we get or Taylor gets back for the Happy Hangouts is that people really appreciate being able to sit there and do their own stuff, work on their own backlogs, get their own stuff painted and primed and ready to go, and we can kind of all get that backlog done
Yeah.
together, you know?
It's like we're all hanging out.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
But as always, professionalcasual.com, facebook.com/professionalcasual, and get all sorts of extra rad stuff by heading over to the Patreon at patreon.com/professionalcasual.
You could on our Patreon in real time, or heading over to the Twitch, getting an affiliate link gets you access to our Discord.
Yes.
So sub to Twitch or give us $1 over at patreon.com/professionalcasual. You could do live hobby hangouts.
could do live hobby hangout.
Right in the disc, right up in your Discord.
We stopped in while we were at ACO this past weekend. We stopped in on the Discord because we saw 4 of our favorites, Quinn and Inferno Clackers, Pony Danza, and I think maybe Beer Baron as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't know who the heck a Beer Baron is and why he's in the Elite 8 Showdown chat now, but he seems like a nice person.
Listen, so
Any kind of Baron is a great person.
Correct.
You know, Beer Baron can be good friends with a Cat Baron.
A Baron Zemo can be in
Friends
the
with a
same
Cheese
team.
Baron.
Yeah, yep.
Just saying.
But we stopped in to see what they were doing, and Quinn was running like a seminar on how to paint things. And Inferno Clackers was also talking about a video version of a seminar that was going to be going live the next day. It was actually super cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's just some fun things going on in there.
Broaden your hobby horizons.
Exactly.
I knew him. I went to school with Ed
Did you?
Zachary. Good guy.
He's all right.
But, guys, once again, thank you so much. Make sure to hit that notification bell, that heart, that thumbs up. Leave a comment right down below. And you know what? I'm going to say this right now. We will give away one of the play kits for Hell to Pay to one person that leaves a comment on this video. Do that now. We will draw them the first week of July on an episode of Wait, Did I Roll a Wild?
Marcus Protocol show.
Shavlabla contest.
God bless you.
Oh, thank you.
That's 2. You only get 1 more.
All right.
Oh.
I love you guys. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. And the stream so we can talk.